Is Taehyung truly hurt? That's the question now echoing across the entire BTS fan community after Jungkook finally spoke up. His sudden and meaningful statement hinted at a long-standing tension, not just among the members, but also between the artists and the top management of HYBE. Not long after the statement went viral, HYBE released an official clarification, but instead of easing the situation, their response sparked new waves of confusion and anger among ARMYs. What exactly is going on? And is Taehyung truly in a painful position? It all started with an odd atmosphere following Taehyung's military discharge. Unlike other BTS members who returned with massive publicity and official agendas, Taehyung's return was nearly silent. No official statement from HYBE, no promotional content, no public interactions among members. It was as if Taehyung was no longer a priority in the group's promotional structure. Fans began to question it, and more surprisingly, their suspicions slowly began to be proven when Jungkook, who is known to be extremely careful with his words, finally said, "We can't stay silent when one of us feels unseen." The world seemed to pause for a moment. This sentence wasn't random. It wasn't a fan-made rumor. It was a voice from within, from a friend who knows Taehyung more closely than anyone. Jungkook's statement was immediately interpreted as a moral stand for Taehyung. Many believe Jungkook was trying to send a message to management. Enough with the ambiguity and neglect. Soon after the statement went viral, HYBE released an official response. But rather than explaining, their response confused the public even more. "We understand the importance of giving space for each of our artists during their post-transition phase," wrote HYBE in their written statement. No names were mentioned, no confirmations or denials. Instead, they used phrases like internal evaluation and cross-department coordination, corporate language that felt cold and far from the personal warmth that fans expected between the agency and their artists. What is the true meaning behind HYBE's answer? Some Korean culture analysts said the statement was merely a corporate shield to contain the pressure. "The language they used is very strategic but emotionally hollow," said a digital media professor from Seoul University. "The public doesn't need technical explanations. They want to know, was Taehyung neglected? Did Jungkook truly feel disappointed in the system? And is there an internal conflict that's been kept under wraps?" This tension was reinforced by Taehyung's quiet actions. He archived several Instagram posts, avoided official publications, and reportedly canceled some scheduled HYBE activities. Moreover, strong rumors claimed that he had hired an independent legal team to review his contract. This is no small move. No one takes legal steps if everything is truly fine, and on the other hand, Jungkook himself appeared more withdrawn than usual. Several HYBE staff reported that he spoke little in internal meetings and even missed some promotional planning sessions. Even more shocking, Jungkook was said to have taken a personal overseas trip without full notification to management staff. A source stated the trip was not just a vacation, but a time to seriously think about his career direction. If that's true, does it mean Jungkook too is starting to lose faith in HYBE? At the same time, several Korean media began daring to explore the narrative's other side. One article mentioned that the different treatment of BTS members post-military was not due to technical error, but because of internal preferences toward artists considered more commercially valuable. This, of course, sparked public outrage from fans who believed BTS to be one solid unit, not a business project where members are treated as pickable products. To this moment, HYBE has not released any follow-up statements. Taehyung remains silent, and Jungkook hasn't given any further clarification. But their silence only amplifies the mystery and tension. Many fans now feel that this crisis can't be solved with a formal statement. Real action is needed, whether from HYBE opening transparent dialogue, or from the members themselves starting to tell their truths directly. One thing is now increasingly clear. If Taehyung is truly hurt, this is no longer a personal matter. It reflects that the system long seen as strong is, in fact, crumbling inside. And when Jungkook decides to speak up, the world knows this is not an ordinary issue. This is a call for change. Even though the news that Taehyung was hurt and Jungkook was disappointed in HYBE went viral, It's important to note that most of the information circulating so far has never been officially confirmed by the parties involved. The sources of the news mostly come from anonymous insiders, media speculation, and free interpretations from fan communities who tend to respond emotionally to situations that are not entirely transparent. Therefore, it's crucial to reanalyze what really happened based on available facts, not mere assumptions. First, it must be emphasized that not a single official statement has been made by Taehyung indicating that he feels hurt by the agency. To date, Taehyung has not made any public statements regarding his contract status, post-military activities, or his relationship with HYBE or other BTS members. All narratives stating that he has deleted posts, distanced himself from the agency, or contacted independent lawyers remain completely speculative and unproven by documents or legal confirmation. Second, the statement from Jungkook that has been widely quoted is actually an edited excerpt from a lengthy interview. In full context, the statement was reflective and general, not aimed directly at anyone or any party. Sentences like, "We can't stay silent when someone feels unseen," are more universal and open to various interpretations, especially in the context of an artist's life under pressure from many sides, including media, public, and even self-expectations. Unfortunately, certain media outlets chose to cut and present the quote in a sensational headline, creating the perception that Jungkook was criticizing HYBE or defending Taehyung. In fact, there was no explicit statement indicating personal or professional conflict. This is where media literacy and interview context are crucial, so that the public does not get trapped in one-sided framing that merely chases clicks and sensation. HYBE itself has provided an official clarification. In its statement, they said that all post-military activities of BTS members are being reviewed and scheduled based on each individual's readiness and recovery process. They also emphasized that their relationship with all BTS members, including Taehyung and Jungkook, remains professional and well-maintained. If there were serious tension, the agency would have taken more concrete actions, such as contract suspension, activity termination, or public announcements. But so far, none of that has happened. It should also be remembered that many developing narratives originate from emotionally invested fan communities. When Taehyung didn't immediately appear in public after military service, or when his social media posts changed, fans tended to link it with conspiracy theories or internal conflicts. However, it's very possible that Taehyung is simply enjoying his quiet time, recovering stamina, and readjusting after a strict military life. Not every pause is a sign of tension. The same applies to Jungkook. His personal trip abroad, said to be an escape from HYBE, has also never been officially confirmed. Some fans who saw him at the airport even stated that he looked relaxed and showed no signs of excessive stress. The fact that an artist travels without agency staff is also not unusual, considering their status as adults with the right to make personal trips without always being escorted. The absence of official schedules for Taehyung should also be seen from a practical standpoint. Organizing schedules for artists as big as BTS is not easy, especially when other members are still serving or working on individual projects. HYBE might be preparing a larger content launch strategy or giving Taehyung the freedom to decide his own comeback timing. In this context, there's no indication of unfair treatment, let alone neglect. Another conclusion worth emphasizing is the media's role in amplifying the issue. News using titles like HYBE in turmoil, Jungkook regrets, or Taehyung hurt often lack sufficient evidence. Instead, they use speculative sentences, anonymous sources, or incomplete quotes to build dramatic narratives. This is a classic clickbait technique aimed at drawing as many readers as possible without considering information validity. Therefore, fans are advised to be more wise and critical in responding to sensitive issues like this. It's very important to wait for direct statements from the involved artists or the agency via official channels. Meanwhile, avoid spreading unverified information, as it can harm the reputation of the artists themselves. Taehyung, Jungkook, and BTS as a whole have built a global reputation for over a decade. They have shown that their relationship is not just professional, but a family that supports each other. If there is tension, surely they have their own way to resolve it internally. And so far, there's no strong evidence showing that this relationship has been damaged or that Taehyung truly feels hurt. Ultimately, the narrative of Taehyung is hurt and Jungkook is disappointed is mostly built on assumptions and public curiosity to uncover drama behind the scenes. In reality, it could be much simpler. Perhaps all BTS members are just enjoying their break, living their personal lives, and preparing something greater for the future. And when the time comes, they will surely return, not fractured, but stronger, more mature, and more solid than ever.